This will be a wonderful session because you will go and look into the construction of a molecule. I have been telling you that we need to understand the orientation and configuration of the molecules. So this will be a session on Z matrix, and I will tell you how to describe the molecule. So far, we have just been giving molecular formula and structural formula only. But here, you will learn to write the orientation, distribution of the groups in a particular molecule. Okay, so let me share the screen. This is it. In chemistry, the Z matrix. This is called as, some people call it as Z matrix. I call it as Z matrix at the Indian system. Z matrix is a way to represent the system built of atoms, and it is also known as an internal coordinate representation. So I think we have seen the types of coordinates: unique coordinates, polar coordinates, and Cartesian coordinates. Three types of coordinates we have seen that form the basis of all quantum chemistry description. And this internal coordinate is belonging to this Cartesian coordinate subcategory, where you will take some origin. I'll tell you how, but it will be very interesting. Once you draw a molecule, it will be very interesting. Okay. It provides a description of each atom in a molecule in terms of its atomic number, bond length, bond angle, and dihedral angle. What is a dihedral angle? See, these two will be bond length. Okay. If you put a third atom, it will be bond angle. If you put a fourth atom, it will be dihedral angle. So you can describe 4 atoms in a molecule using dihedral angle, bond length, and angle. If bond dihedral angle, I can describe it as 1, 2, 3, and 4. These 4 atoms, can be described by means of a dihedral angle, bond angle, and bond angle. This is also called as the torsional angle. In modern physics, we use torsional angle to describe the polarizability in Raman spectra and dipole moment in any IR measurements. Okay, so the internal coordinates is not always the case that Z matrix will give information regarding bonding, but it will give a atomic orientation in this place. Okay. However, it is convenient to write a Z matrix in terms of bond lengths, angles, and dihedral angles. These 3 we need to remember: bond length, bond angle, and dihedral angle. Since this will preserve the actual bonding characteristic, the name arises because of the Z matrix assigns the second atom along the Z-axis, from the first atom, which is the origin. So I will explain, you don't have to worry. So this is the case of a water molecule. You can see water here, oxygen there, hydrogen here, and hydrogen here. Okay. So when we are asked to write a water molecule, we just write H2O. When you want to expand it, you will expand it like H, O, and H. And you will also try to write the lone pair electrons. Because of this lone pair of electrons, this bond is bending. Otherwise, it will be just like a straight chain. Okay. So remember, because of this lone pair here, there is a creation of an angle of about 120 degrees, roughly, approximately 120 degrees. So you have to describe. If you are in person, you can take fingers, you can take examples and describe it. But on a 2D surface, like a notebook or a board, you will have to require the parameters. So you first describe the atom number 1 as H1, which is the origin, 0, 0 in coordinates. And then from this, you say that oxygen is attached by means of a particular bond length. What is the bond length? Bond length may be about 1.3 angstrom units. 1.3 angstrom units. Now this axis, this is the first atom. This is the first atom. And this is the second atom. To describe first atom from the second atom, you are taking z-axis. Remember I told you the x and z-axis. In most non-Indian systems, the Z matrix, Z-axis is taken like this, the X-axis is taken like this, and the Y-axis like this. Sometimes X and Z are taken like this. X and Z are taken like this, and Y is given like this. But in our Indian system, we use X, Y, and Z like this. Okay. But whatever, because it was initiated from a non-Indian country, to describe the first atom in the X-axis, to describe the second atom, you take the support of second axis called as Z-axis. Therefore, you call it as the Z matrix. You call it as the Z matrix. Okay. Now, moving on to this one, the input system. Input section specifies the nuclear positions and the number of electrons, alpha and beta spin. So you have to make a note here that you should not represent clockwise, anti-clockwise spin like that. It is an alpha and beta spin. There are several ways in which nuclear configuration can be specified, like Cartesian coordinates as a mixture of the two. I think it is clear now. The first time the molecular specification section specifies the net electric charge. This is your intuition, chemistry knowledge. Whether the molecule is having a charge as 1 or not, you have to represent it as a +1 or -1. And the spin multiplicity is given as a singlet, doublet, or triplet. Okay, for singlet you write like this, for doublet you write like this, for triplet you write like this. So the entry is started with 0 and 1. 0 means charge, 1 means singlet. Okay, singlet is very reactive. You must note that singlet oxygen is very reactive. Singlet, triplet oxygen are very reactive. Paramagnetic properties is because of the lone pair of electron present like this. So you define multiplicity by that formula 2s plus 1, right? So here you have spin half and spin half. 2 into half plus 1 means 3. So oxygen is usually a triplet. Suppose if you have diamagnetic oxygen, these two are in one. If you are having two in the same orbital, then if one is present like this and this, it becomes 0. So 2 into 0 plus 1, it is 1. Then you call it as the singlet. So this concept of writing singlet is taken very much use of before defining the Z matrix. Okay, I'll come back to the. You can read this later, but what is mentioned here, I'll take a simple example. Okay. So for the water, we have taken H, O, and H. And then numbering. I'm starting a numbering from here like 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So how will I write the Z matrix? Or I can take it like this. I will take this as 1, 2, and 3. So I'll first write 1, 2, and 3. This line represents the number 1, 2, 3 is the number of atoms. Then the next thing is 1 is oxygen, 2 is hydrogen, 3 is also hydrogen. Okay, because we are describing the Z matrix orientation in terms of the bond length, bond angle, dihedral angle. I'm going to write the bond length. For the first atom oxygen, there is no bond length. So I will write it as 0 0.0, 0 0.0, 0 0.0. For the second atom, which is a hydrogen atom, oxygen is connected to the hydrogen atom by means of about 1.09 angstroms. Okay, so what I will do is, for the first atom, second atom is connected by 1.09. For the second atom, it is 1.09. Now, this particular bond length has no angle at all. So I'll write it as 0 0.0, and then dihedral angle also is 0 0.0. Okay. Now look at this third hydrogen atom. Third hydrogen atom is also connected to the first oxygen atom by means of 1.09 angstrom units. So I am writing again 1.09 angstrom units. Okay. This third hydrogen atom, for the first two, there is no angle. You require minimum 3 atoms for describing a bond angle. Now the third atom has come. Therefore, what is the angle between this and this hydrogen and this? What is the angle? You can roughly support it as by means of a 120 degree. So that angle for the third hydrogen atom, I'm just writing it as 120 degrees. Okay, even if you write straight 90 degree, it will be matter. It will be of no problem, because the optimization process will take care of that. Okay, so after that we have to go for dihedral angle. Note that for dihedral angle you require at least 4 atoms. To define 4 atoms, to define dihedral angle, you will require at least 4 atoms, but you are having only 3 atoms. Okay, with 3 atoms you can define the bond angle only. With 2 atoms you can define only bond length. 2 atoms bond length, 3 atoms bond angle, 4 atoms dihedral angle. Here you don't have any fourth atom, therefore you just write it as a 0.0. Okay, so at the beginning of the program, the water molecule is neutral one. Water molecule is neutral one. So I will write it as 0, and there is no triplet, so it is a singlet. So I'll just write it 0, 1. Okay. The next thing we usually do is put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. What is this one? This one represents the optimize. Optimize means you are asking the program to suggest a suitable bond length. To suggest a suitable bond length. If you put it as 0, it will be completely 120 degree. Won't no change agadi. But if you put it as 1, the program, based on its experience, based on the database, it will try to calculate as 118.9 degree allade 119.2 degree. Whatever is very good for water, it will try to calculate. That means if you put 1, you are asking it to optimize. Okay. Now this is the case with the water molecule. What will happen if you add one more oxygen atom at this center like this? So now you get 4 atoms, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. When you get 4 atoms, you can define the bond length here. Between first, second, and third, you can define bond angle here. Bond length, bond angle. Between 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can define dihedral angle. Okay. So all this it requires a knowledge of chemistry. What knowledge of chemistry is required? I'll just insert one table there, and I will tell you what knowledge you actually require. That is the knowledge about the angles and the bond lengths that you should have. So bond length is there. You can see you will need to have a knowledge of the bond lengths. Okay. Here it is, the single bonds, the enthalpies of that, and sorry, this doesn't give you the required picture. Bond length and bond angles are there. Okay, you can go to this site. This is a very good site there. I find it very useful. You can go to this site. Here, this particular picture is given. Okay, what is the knowledge I was telling? I will just finish it here. C bond length, C double bond C bond length, C triple bond C bond length, CH bond length, C double bond O bond length, C triple bond N bond length. இதெல்லாம் மறக்கவே கூடாது. உங்களுக்கு எம்எஸ்சி டிகிரி கிடைக்குதோ இல்லையோ இந்த நாலேஜ் உங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பா தேவை. இதெல்லாம் சிலபஸ்ல இருக்காது. No one will tell you to no one will tell you to remember all these things. Okay, but if you have a knowledge of this, then they will infer that you have got a very good knowledge of these things. Okay, I'll just take one picture and give you. Okay, here it is. Save image. Can you see that? I think we are not going to see this. I'll import this. I'll just tell you the bond length there. Here it is. Have a look at this average bond length. This is a knowledge you almost every chemistry student should get by heart. Okay, look at this CC bond length. It is 1.41. It keeps on changing at different parameters. And then C double bond C bond length is about 1.4. Sometimes it is 1.3. And sometimes it is 1.41. Sometimes it is 1.38. This happens when you attach a fluorine atom or electronegative atom like that. Okay. And then this is the phosphorus carbon phosphorus bond length. It is increasing 1.75 angstrom units. Phosphorus bond. Like that, you need to remember the C double bond C bond length. What is the C double bond C bond length? Which is the longest bond length? which is the longest bond length there out of these three. I'll just C double bond C is it is increasing. Okay, it will be about 1.2 to 1.3. It will be 1.3. Okay, so this will be like, for example, 1.3 angstrom. This will be like 1.09 angstrom. Sometimes it will be like 1.10 angstrom. Sometimes, you know, C triple bond N and C double bond C both will have about 1.4 angstrom. This will also have 1.4 angstrom. But because you are having nitrogen here and carbon there, slightly you will get a 1.39 angstrom. Change iter, bond length will be keeping on changing. So the knowledge of this bond length is very important for understanding the reactivity in terms of chemistry knowledge. Okay, so you can just see this, visit this website, and then I'll just again draw the Z matrix, explain how water H, O, and H you can describe. I'll just take it as first atom, this as second atom, this as third atom, this as fourth atom. And I will draw 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I will write what is 1. 1 is oxygen, 2 is oxygen, 3 is hydrogen, 4 is hydrogen. Okay. What are the 4 parameters I have to write? Bond length, bond angle, dihedral angle. Okay. This is 0.0 for all. This is because it is origin. It is origin at the beginning, 0, 0. Idhil the second oxygen you all attach irukku. Second oxygen atom is attached by means of the 1.3 angstrom. Okay, there are only 2 atoms to begin with. Therefore, this will be 0.0 and this will also be 0.0. Okay, third is this particular hydrogen atom, and oxygen to hydrogen bond length is about 1.25 angstrom. What is this 1, 2, and 3 bond angle? This angle will be about 130 degree, 0.0. Dihedral angle is not 0, not there, right there. But when you have to consider the fourth atom, you have to put this same parameters. This angle and this angle both are same, 1.25. This angle and this angle both are same, 130 degree. Okay. Between 3 and 4, the dihedral angle is 180 degree, 180. Okay. What is the dihedral angle? I'll try to explain it here. You can see that if you have, you can see that this one and this pencil and this pen, tab pen, are in the same length. Means, you know, if you see in the same axis, it is 0. If you rotate it, there is a central bond like this. Okay, either 0. If you rotate it like this, it becomes 90. If it is quite opposite, the mari opposite up pochina, eppadi varudhu chair shape la varudhu illaya, opposite up pochina, it will be called as the 180 degree. இது வந்து இப்போ இது same plane la irukku. This is in the same plane, therefore it is 0 degree. But what happens if you put it like this, H0 OH? இது சேம் பிளேன்ல இருக்கு, பட் இப்போ வந்து இங்க இருந்து ஹைட்ரஜன் இங்க ஷிஃப்ட் ஆயிட்டு. ஓகே, திஸ் ஷிஃப்டிங் த்ரூ திஸ் பாண்ட் இஸ் அபவுட் பை அபவுட் 180 டிகிரிஸ் ஷிஃப்ட் ஆயிருக்கு. ரெண்டுமே பாசிபிள் தான். தி ஹைட்ரஜன் ஆட்டம்ஸ் கேன் பி இன் த சேம் பிளேன், ஆர் தி ஹைட்ரஜன் கேன் பி in an opposite plane like this. Okay, so when you have put opposite, it is 180 degree. When you put 0.0, it is same. So I think we are describing a particular molecule by means of orientation with the knowledge of bond length, the knowledge of bond angle, and with the knowledge of dihedral angle. All this requires the knowledge that you have gained throughout the 3 years as in the SPD, SP3 hybridization, the bond angles, and so many concepts related to molecular orbital theory, the orientation in the space, and stereochemistry, and even point groups. You can remember the point groups. So this is this site has got an example of benzene there. So you can see just the benzene ring can be placed on paper, can be placed parallel to paper. So this is horizontal to paper. You can see it is bent like this, it is like this. So they have started numbering for the benzene like this. Where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 numbers are there. Okay. And to begin with, they are starting with something called as the dummy atom. ஒரு டம்மி ஆட்டம்னா ஒரு ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் மாதிரி அது பத்தி இப்போ உங்களுக்கு தேவையில்லை. But you can see that numbering is given first to all the molecules, and then to describe the connectivity, 4 is connected to 11, 5 is connected to 12, 6 is connected to 13, right? 4 connected to 11, 5 connected to 12, 6 connected to 13. All of them are CH bonds with about 1.2 angstrom units. Okay, here 7 is connected to 14, 8 is connected to 15. Okay, so you have to describe benzene ring is planar. Hydrogen atom 12 and hydrogen atom 15, same plane. Hydrogen atom 12 and hydrogen atom 15, they lie in the same plane, right? Therefore, hydrogen atom 12 and hydrogen atom 15 வரைக்கும் உங்களுக்கு dihedral angle வந்து 0, 0.0 ஆயிடும். Okay. So, if this hydrogen atom shapes like this on top, வெளில போயிடுச்சுன்னா இது வந்து 90 degree ஆயிடும். பட் அது போகாது, அது பிளேன்ல தான் இருக்கும். So all these hydrogen atoms 13, 6, 7, 14, 0 dihedral angle. அதே வந்து இந்த ஹைட்ரஜன் ஆட்டம் இப்படி மூவ் ஆச்சுன்னா இப்படி போய் மேல மூவ் ஆச்சுன்னா அது வந்து 90 டிகிரி ஆயிடும். 14, 7, 8, 15, 0. 15, 8, 3, 1, 0. 1, 3, 4, 11, 0. Okay. 11, 4, 5, 12, 0. 13, 6, 5, 12, 0. So all 0, 0. If all dihedral angles are 0, dihedrals are 0, then it is in a single plane. Okay, so I think you have understood the concept of Z matrix. I'll just sum it up again. That for describing a molecule, its orientation of the three-dimensional, you will require 3 parameters. Parameter 1 is bond length, parameter 2 is bond angle, parameter 3 is bond length average. You should have a knowledge of all the bond lengths of organic molecules and some atoms also like silicon, carbon. And then bond angles also you must know. How do you get the knowledge of bond angles? You get the knowledge of bond angles from hybridization. Then using models, you the dihedral angle. The dihedral angle is something like this. Okay. I am connecting 2 of my fingers using a pen. All of them are on the same plane, it is 0. I rotate this, it becomes 90 degrees. I rotate further, it becomes 90 degrees. The rotation of the molecule along the axis, it goes on to so many angles. And what happens here is the energy changes by every rotation. Okay. I'll just say how the energy is changing. For example, if you take this, 4 atoms of atom 1, atom 2. Now you see, sideways it will be like a path, but the particular cross section you see it as 0. I'm just changing the dihedral angle by 5 degrees, 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay. So after change, I change this bond length to 90 degrees. So if the dihedral angle goes to Narayanan, dihedral angle goes like this, it is going out of plane. Plane out of plane. Then I just 100, 120, 130, 180. 180 degree in the Marion. Okay. Again, I am moving 190, 100, 200, 270. 270 இப்படி வந்தது. 90 இப்படி இருந்தது. 270 இப்படி ஆகுது. So 90 இப்படி இருந்தது. 270 இப்படி ஆகுது. That means the left oriented molecule atom is now right oriented. In carbohydrates, if you have OH on the left, it becomes a galactose. If the OH comes to the right, it becomes glucose. So the angle change is changing the entire molecule. Okay. So after 270, I am moving again 280, 290, 300, 320, 340, 350, 360. 360 na marpade or circle under both the bond lengths lie in the same plane. Okay. Paala irundu இப்படி போயிட்டு இப்படி L shape மாதிரி போயிட்டு அப்புறம் இப்படி போய் சுத்திட்டு ஒரு atom. So for each degree the energy is varying. Each degree the energy is varying, like we call it as a conformational energy. In cyclohexane you might have seen how the conformational energy is described. Gauss form, eclipsed form, staggered form. Okay, adella padichirukeenga eppadi. So the same thing is there. But this every angle is producing some amount of energy, and that energy is to be noted. That plot in protein is called as the Ramachandran plot. Ramachandran plot is very famous, but we will see in the next unit how Ramachandran plot is useful. But as of now, we can just go on to see how Z matrix can be written. I will just post one water molecule in my YouTube lecture, and you just try them somehow. We will work out some other experiments in the next class. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can please ask.